NBC's Andrea Mitchell in Washington. Andrea, as always, thank you so much.
Thank you, Katie.
26 minutes after the hour. Now here's Matt.
Katie, as we've been saying, the situation here in New York is grim. Rescuers are working in rubble that's unstable in many cases, still burning in other cases. Ann Curry is in Lower Manhattan with more on the rescue efforts. Ann?
Matt, I tell you, I just returned from Ground Zero, right on the corner of Vesey and West Streets, where the rescue operators are struggling with cranes and equipment. We have some pictures that we just brought back, and we actually have not edited this footage. Here we are being escorted towards Vesey and West, and what we're basically at is the northwest corner of this disaster. You can see the impact on the building that you're looking at. The building on the left, that actually is the customs building. That actually is not one of the three that fell. That is actually the building that was crashed onto by building number 7. You can also see the collateral damage to other buildings nearby. These are presumably office buildings. A number of buildings were affected by this. And what we also can report to you is that the fire, well, there is at least, if not flames, there certainly is smoldering still occurring in many of these places where there were fires. The wind has come up and started the fires again, and then the firefighters have been able to put the fires back out, so that's been an on and off again situation. In the middle, to the right of that customs building, you see that's building number 6. It's in the middle of that that you just saw. That actually was where building number 1 was, and we were estimating that there may be 1 or 2 floors left of that building. In addition, we have fed to you, and we hope that you can get it on television very soon, some aerial pictures, not from a plane, but actually from a building adjacent here nearby. And in that footage, you're going to be able to see the scope of this damage, how much of this downtown tip of Manhattan was affected by these falling buildings. We can also report to you that we've seen several teams of K-9 units arrive, and also we can report that they have brought in something called an iRobot, and more than one of these. These are basically machines that have sensors, and they are sent where they will not send a human being, a human rescuer, because they're concerned about the structural damage. These machines, I'm being told by a New York City police officer, can detect movement and can go into tunnels, and also that they can send back images. And so they are using these in addition to the dogs to do whatever they can to find whoever might still be alive under all of this rubble, Matt.
We should mention, for people who've only seen the World Trade Center from pictures, from video, and they are used to seeing the 2 towers, the footprint of this entire complex is enormous. Not just the 2 tower buildings, but some other smaller buildings that have also either collapsed or been severely damaged.
That's absolutely right. And in the pictures that we're going to show you, in fact, I think you're seeing them right now. You're seeing some of that footprint. We have, I can't really actually tell exactly which buildings we're seeing in front of us, but there you can see actually more of the damage and the rescuers on top of the buildings. But the 2 towers went down. The 7 building went down, and it crashed into number 6, the customs building. And buildings all around, the restaurants, apartment buildings, offices nearby, they were impacted. There's a gaping hole in one of them that's 3 stories high, so this footprint is amazing.
And just a question for you. I know that whole area has been kind of off limits to civilians, but on the outskirts, are you seeing people who are just standing in awe as to what has happened?
There are those, but they're really being kept back by the police. The police has been very vigilant about keeping people out of here. In fact, we are now being ordered right now to leave this location. So we are now going to move a block away and come back to you with more information as soon as we can get it, Matt.
All right, Ann. Thanks very much. We appreciate it. Ann Curry in Lower Manhattan. Katie?
All right, Matt, thank you. The question everyone's asking